Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. Here are your hosts, Scott Bear and Jeremiah Johnson.
Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. My name is Scott.
And I'm Jeremiah.
We are back for episode 276.
Hey,
what the fuck, dude?
That's crazy. Can you believe that?
276 times we've sat down and recorded.
I remember when a starry-eyed Scott Bear looked me in the face in 2014 and said, "You fucking cocksucker, how dare you fuck my wife?" And I said, hey, change the subject, want to start a podcast? And that's how Lost at Home was started.
I wasn't married then. I was with my wife, but I wasn't married. Just to key you
so it was
listeners in on.
So it was a joke?
Well, I mean, I don't know how much of that you heard when my tongue was in your mouth.
Yeah. I'll start a podcast.
Yes. I was basically telling you about how in the future they're going to remove straws from McDonald's. And you heard... You want me to...
Yeah, let's start a podcast. Because I like Dan Harmon, and actually back then it may have just been Kevin Smith,
back
right?
then,
yeah, it was back then. Man, we
pre-serial.
Well,
we're not pioneers, but we are
pioneers.
a lot of big podcasts.
We're pretty much like the Curie.
What, the Madame Curie?
Yeah.
A podcast?
The Madame Curie podcast. You know, we made curry. She invented curry, I assume. I don't know much about history. Welcome to the show, everybody. 276 is, hey, Scott, here's the thing. Phone numbers, I don't care about them anymore. Phonies is done. We're done.
Oh my God, we stopped doing prime numbers.
Yeah,
we stopped doing phone numbers. We experimented. We dabbled. We dipped our toe into the pool of Gunsmoke Simpsons.
Yep.
And because they have long episode runs, and we thought maybe we could get clever.
Well, now I'm just going to try something random, and when I don't have anything, I'll bring a phony or a prime number thing. But what I got now... Okay.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, dude, cut me off.
I'd rather do something different every week, honestly, because that keeps people on their toes.
Well, guess what? I looked up, for some reason, I just typed in 276 and the word grapefruit. The first word that came into my head, and I found out that in 276 grams of grapefruit, there are about 88 calories.
Aww.
So that's literally what I'm going to do every week. I'm going to type in a number and then a random word, and the first thing that pops up on Google, I'm going to bring to the table.
If you had told me that information ahead of time, because I read the show notes during a very busy day at work and then came right over to the studio to record, I literally would have tried Googling what would burn 88 calories the fastest or most efficient or what just would.
Fucking.
Well, I'm just thinking like, eating grapefruit, 88 calories. Jerking off, 88 calories. Clean slate.
and then cut to Pornhub channel of just a man eating grapefruit and jerking off. You're like, yeah, it's a 0-calorie diet. It's a net zero workout.
Net zero workout.
Eat and jerk. Don't fuck the grapefruit. It hurts.
But that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like maybe next time we do a one day off where we prior to any show notes where we put anything into the doc that we have in front of ourselves, just a little thing that says, this is the number thing we're doing this week.
Yeah.
Play off each other.
So we have a chance to
because there's an easy opportunity there, or not, who knows?
Yeah.
To maybe create some new content.
So what I would say is because now we have phonies, we have primies, we could always bring back anytime we want. I would like to go back to the like what we were talking about before, is bringing a random thing about the number every week. And actually,
we can do jerkies. We take the number of the episode.
Yep.
We find foods that are that amount of calories.
Okay.
And then we find out if you can jerk them off in one session.
Or how long it'll take to jerk it off.
Or how many jerk-off sessions we get rid of them.
So the first thing we need to figure out is how many calories we burn by jerking off, and then figure out how long it takes at a very specific speed.
Oh my God, that's actually really easy to do. Literally. You did the math once for a single jerk
Exactly,
off.
yes. And it has to be like, I'm guessing like jerking off quicker, so it
we find a timetable thing, like a 5-minute jerk off.
Yes, a 5-minute jerk off at a very specific speed of X number of strokes per second.
I don't think, does the speed matter if it's 5 minutes?
Well, I mean, think about it. If you're biking faster, like, you're going to burn more calories in a short amount of time.
Yeah, if I'm coasting down all hills on a bike for 5 minutes, I'm burning 0 calories. Or if you're just like
quick little pedaling with no, because the thing is, there's no different resistance on your dick. Your dick's a dick.
All right, we promise you listeners, we are going to do the math on this.
I think this is good.
We're going to figure out a solid jerk-off calorie consumption number.
Yes.
And then every episode number will be the calories of a food, and then you can find out, well, wait, doesn't that just mean that every episode means, yeah, you can jerk off to that food and burn it,
well, it's the amount of time.
1 calorie.
Well, yeah, my thought is what we're going to do is we're going to figure out it's going to be the number of grams of that food, and then we're going to figure out, because it's going to be a different number of calories every time. So 277 grams of Snickers, you're going to have to jerk off way longer than 276 grams of grapefruit.
Spinach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the
I don't
calories.
know why
are
I
gonna,
went to spinach.
Calories are going to do better than egg sandwiches, which you had in your head all day. You have been jerking off to egg sandwiches since 2 in the
Everyone
afternoon.
out there in podcast land, an egg sandwich is a beautiful thing. You hard boil an egg, you cleave it in twine.
Yeah.
Then you open it up, you put in some lettuce, some tomato, and some cold meat, and you take the other half of the hard-boiled egg and you close it. That is an egg sandwich.
Here's the thing, that fucking sounds good, though. When you mentioned it, I was like, that's really good. And then you laughed it off like it was nothing.
It's a reverse Cobb.
Oh, yeah. So the Cobb salad has, it's like salad with eggs in it. This is an egg
think
with
I
salad
just
in it.
invented like a new
Salad and sandwich meats.
Well, I
or
think I
deli
just
meats.
invented like a new appetizer, like one of those toothpicky things at a wedding.
You work at a restaurant, give it a shot.
Well, I don't. The restaurant isn't wedding restaurant.
Make it one. You work at a restaurant, make it a wedding restaurant.
But I'm saying,
good.
like, you could actually do like little capreses
I actually,
with eggs as the hard-boiled eggs as the bread.
So it's like a fancy person's like it's because it's not like a deviled egg because you're not putting the yolk back in it or anything like that. But it almost feels like that to some people. Like, oh, isn't this cute? And it's all toothpicked together, so people eat it like a little app. That's fucking beautiful, man. I love that. See, this is what we do with this show. We come up, we have like. Usually stories. It's usually what we bring to the table, but sometimes it's just a conversation, a little aside. But usually we will bring stories, articles, the news that slip through the cracks, what we call web droppings, random things to the table, little news bits that we like to twist into new content, like we just did for you there. And we also like to say that this is sort of copyright light. Where because we're saying it out loud, it's sort of ours, but at the same time, if you ever want to take one of our ideas and run with it, like for instance, we've created fake recipe books on the air. We've created fake movie plots, stand-up routines, book plots. We're probably not going to do anything with them, and if we do, we will say out loud, "We want to do this," and you can steer clear of it. But otherwise, give us a little credit, you know.
Hey, do you remember? And I'm addressing you, Jeremiah. Not the
remember.
Listeners. A while back when we decided to do a comic strip that we never did. Like, it was a Sunday, a comic strip, like newspaper, like 3-panel.
I do remember.
And it was about computers.
I have that in a note, and I started collecting assets for it the day after because it was like all AOL icons and shit like that. It was something about like a computer graveyard. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, it was like old.
To the point where
it was
that was what I wanted to keep.
It was like Friendster being pissed at.
Yes,
other apps.
Yeah, I think we were talking like a comic strip, but with digital art and that kind of thing, or actually using the iconography from the classic icons, AOL and things like that. You know, I do remember that. Yes, and I actually not only do I remember that, like I said, I have a whole Google Doc and a bunch of notes about that because I like that idea so much. So that's one that we were like, oh, we could probably run with this someday. Whereas, say, creating a whole movie, not as likely.
Yeah. Where are we at?
Oh, so anyway, another thing we do is occasionally bring you... I'm actually going to go into the quirky fact of the week before we move into the update.
That segment everyone knows and loves.
Yes,
you look for it
every week since last week when we started it.
Yeah.
With the bum-breathing turtle. Quirky fact of the week. A group of ravens, Scott, we talked about a murder of crows before. A group of ravens can be referred to as either an unkindness or a conspiracy. So ravens and crows, a murder and a conspiracy of ravens and a murder of crows. The most badass group names. We most commonly in English-speaking languages refer to them as a flock. Not anymore. If I see a bunch of ravens, they're not a bunch. They're a conspiracy.
Now, okay, I like that.
Yes,
but how can you tell a raven and a crow apart?
Ravens are gigantic. Crows
bigger than crows?
Remember, we covered on this that crows bully ravens, and that because they have strength in numbers. Remember, they were saying you'll never find ravens generally where crows are, and it's because crows actually will get together and be like, "Yeah, you fat fuck," and just bully the raven out. That's why it's not as common to see like crow. They occupy the same area. But crows are like little like rinky-dink assholes. They're like half the size. And they're like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? There's 6 of us. Because ravens are like lone little emo creatures. That's why Edgar Allan Poe loved them so much. Like, raven's me. So.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so they got eye makeup on and shit.
No, I'm good.
The other thing we're going to do before we jump into actually another new segment, but before we do that, we're going to hit on an update because I don't know. It was probably I looked at the story. Was July of 2018 when we covered drunk seagulls in England, if you remember that, and it was from like. I can't remember if it was them drinking beers. There's one. Multiple times we've covered drunk animals. And there's another one was fermented.
They were drinking the alcohol.
They were actually drinking alcohol.
Literal
that people
alcohol
were,
left on like beach resort.
And we had
tables.
covered at least one other where animals were eating like fermented fruit, and it was like making them drunk. So this is a new update where this is actually. Raccoons this time, and it's from our neighbors to the north for us. Anyway,
I was gonna say Canada,
which we do we know and love very much.
Yeah, this is from Ottawa, Ontario.
Ottawa.
Which I didn't know was a region within a region.
suburb
I always
of
thought
Ottawa.
of Ottawa as a place and Ontario as a place. I never really thought of them as Ottawa, Ontario.
I only think of Ottawa. The main thing I think about that is the Kroll Show, which was an awesome show back in the day.
Oh my god, those 3 seasons of that show were some of the best skit comedy ever made.
And the only reason it ended because he was like, I want to do other things. But his Wheels Ontario or whatever.
My god, yes.
And so Brian Lacroix or whatever his name is on that had the song. I don't wanna go to bed. I don't wanna go to bed. I'm a grown ass Manitoba. Like he was just saying Canadian things.
Yeah, I'm a grown ass Manitoba.
Oh my god! If anybody out there has not seen, and first of all, any Kroll show, it's amazing. But
all 3 seasons, by the way, if you watch them in a row,
yes,
the skits, if you will, all bleed together and end in a final episode where all the characters are kind of together.
Yeah, and the characters evolve and cross-pollinate, and it's pretty much just a throw
it's like
on reality TV culture.
Yeah, it's like watching 7 reality shows at once,
but they're good.
As skit comedy.
Yes, they're actually better and feel more real than reality shows in real life.
Anyway, is Nick Kroll's amazing.
Yes. So in Canada, Ottawa, Ontario, they spotted raccoons. Pretty much stumbling, acting like a bunch of idiots.
I was just hoping you would just stop talking at that point.
Yeah, they saw some raccoons.
They saw some raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, raccoons. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh? Canada, raccoons,
That's
wildlife, etc.
What's the donut place in Canada everyone loves? It's not Krispy Kreme. It's not Dunkin' Donuts.
Timmy Hortons? Tim Hortons? Yeah.
I saw a raccoon. Let's go to Tim Hortons.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And that's
our extent of Canadian knowledge.
Yes, which is not true because we live
this show. If you want more of this extreme Canadian content, come back next week as we may have a Canadian story.
I would say this: because we live in Vermont, I feel like we grew up with this idea of Canadian culture being Montreal, which is not most of Canada.
We're bordering Canada, and I caught a raccoon this summer in a cage.
They go together like Canada and raccoons.
Did I show you the videos or photos?
I saw something you posted on something.
Yeah,
it was. They're adorable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, one of our
it just hung out. It didn't even want to leave the cage. My wife and daughter opened the door to the cage and was like, "Go!" And it just like laid on its back like a fat incel and just chill.
Yeah, it just wanted you to feed it grapes. It's like, I'm Caligula raccoon.
It was Caligula raccoon. It literally laid there like you could put grapes through the bars and it would be like, oh,
and there's
this
just
is my life now.
Another underage preteen raccoon sucking its dick. You know, Caligula raccoon, everybody. We
didn't even know we had raccoons in our neighborhood. Never seen one. Threw a cage out to catch a groundhog. Boom, got a raccoon.
But the raccoons are nocturnal, and they like their privacy, but they also
I'm
love
nocturnal
trash.
too, and I've never seen a raccoon in my yard.
Well, they don't like skunks are nocturnal.
I'm quiet. I'm out there. I'm doing my thing. I'm rooting for grubs.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just eating out of the trash like a fucking dirty Caligula raccoon, and I got nothing.
No baby raccoons blowing me.
Well, a lot of times they're not necessarily like they try to steer clear of humans. Humans try to put them in cages, like they're what, American children or something. No wait, American children don't go in cages. Immigrant children do. Sorry, undocumented children go in cages. We're not political podcasts though. Let's not go there. Anyway, so these things were these raccoons.
These things were things.
These damn raccoons.
You heard it here first. The Lost No Podcast. These things were things.
These things were things. And
some of this stuff is also stuff.
Yeah, and some of these stuff are things, and some things are stuff. And signing off. Whoa, shit, we're 45 minutes in talking like Bill Cosby. 45 minutes from the end. Uh-oh. That's not Bill Cosby. Anyway, so the raccoons were like stumbling around, acting not normal, also hanging around during the day. And a cop at one point, needed to go into somebody's backyard, collect one of these things. They determined that they were actually intoxicated, and the way they were getting intoxicated, they feel like the only way that it was happening is because of fermented fruit kicking around somewhere, which makes sense because trash cans, compost piles, things like that.
Yeah, all of that ferment.
And actually, two things I didn't bring to the table. One, another Canadian story where feral hogs are apparently charging toward the border. So we need to put
which border?
from Canada to the United States. They're warning the United States.
Really?
A bunch of feral hogs coming over. Talking about putting a border wall in the wrong place. Where are you, Donald Trump, when we have feral hogs coming across our border? They're probably raping and they're murdering and they're selling drugs. I saw a MS-13 feral hog just the other day. Killed my nephew.
Well, I'm just thinking like fucking Minnesota and all those northern states are just suddenly going to have the best barbecue.
Oh my God.
They're going to rival the South.
Exactly. It's going to be Minnesota barbecue and then Tennessee. Like the two best places. South Carolina. Yes, North Carolina, the Carolinas, and fucking Minnesota.
You hear that, listeners? Buy stock in North Dakota barbecue businesses. Because they don't exist, but as soon as they do,
and only that, there's the north south, just like the Carolinas. So
it's going to be like
never
going to make it in South.
So instead
Dakota.
of Carolina, so instead of like Carolina barbecue, there's Dakota barbecue. So the Carolina barbecue and Dakota barbecue, they don't get the sauce right. It's mostly fracking juice that runs out of the ground because Dakotas are natural resource rich and they sell their bodies.
What else is the North known for? Like
snow, maple syrup.
No, that north.
Oh, that
weird
north?
The north where no one lives.
I mean,
what are they known for? Like, some of those Great Lakes areas are known for like chili dogs and shit like that.
Well, I mean, those places. They're honestly the fact that we can't.
Maybe
the fact that it takes this long to think of it means they are known for nothing.
Maybe this is how they get known.
Wisconsin's known for cheese.
So, smoked cheese picks
and morbidly obese people.
We just shove cheddar or whatever.
Oh my God!
They make,
like instead of a stuffed crust pizza, it's
they
just
shove cheese into the pig and then smoke it.
Yeah, the first thing we do is make sure the pig's alive. We shove cheddar up its asshole, and then while it's dying of cheddar enema, we call it cheddarma. we then stick it on a spit, bury it, and roast it. Because that's the way barbecue works. So look out for that Dakota barbecue. Buy stock in that. Anyway, turns out, they're still looking into these fucking drunk raccoons. Oh, the other thing I was talking about is another story I didn't bring to the table. Was there was some place where there was like a bunch of rotten potatoes, and they were so rotten and fermented that they had started emitting toxic gases. It was like an abandoned truck beside the road where they actually had to take a police escort to the landfill because they didn't want anybody to have a chance to get
potatoes.
Yes, potatoes.
Really? They can toxic outgas?
They can put out toxic gas.
That is a thing I didn't know. Although
this podcast makes you smarter.
Although I did know that if you have vegetables fresh, like spinach, zucchini, etc., do not put them in enclosed containers. Once you pick a vegetable, and this is from a cook, they outgas.
Yes, they do.
And it makes them rot faster if you have them in sealed containers. You actually want your produce to be completely just chilling in your fridge
and let them do honestly, if you got like fresh veggies, fucking eat them when they're fresh. That's the way to do it.
But if you're gonna let them sit in the fridge for a few days,
literally just let them sit in the fridge.
No baggies, no Tupperwares, nothing.
Well, because even if you put them in a baggie or stuff, like you notice even after like a few minutes there's condensation, all this kind of stuff, which also then will also not necessarily help it. So
also don't refrigerate your tomatoes. Tomatoes do not like that.
There's actually a lot of stuff that you shouldn't refrigerate. People refrigerate, but that I mean, it's not gonna like make them poisonous. It's just gonna make them not last as long.
Well, for tomatoes specifically, it makes them mealy.
Yes, it's gonna take a lot of things.
They are never meant to be refrigerated. They do not like it.
No, they don't. They will tell you too because they're assholes. All right, so we got the update out of the way and we got everything else out of the way, but we do have a new segment we're gonna get to next. What's this new segment? Oh, well, this is
we didn't come up with a good name. We did not.
Literally was like, hey, let's create some kind of like the ones we missed thing. It's a tentative title. Totally forgot to rename it.
The ones we missed. You changed tones.
I was going down on the scale. I assume no matter what. I just hope
you cut all of that with including you changed tone.
That's gonna be the beat. You changed. You changed tone. You. What we missed. Anyway, so
Well,
I just did the theme song I'm not going to make because I'm not going to do that, Scott.
No, I think we already got it.
Yes.
This story comes from longtime listener, sometimes intern.
Yeah. First time victim.
And best friend, Christopher Ball.
Oh, Chris, you hear that?
Hope
You're
that-
his
I
best
hope
friend
that-
now.
Chris, did you hear that?
Oh, cool. Why don't you have a podcast with him?
hope
Why
it-
don't I just fucking go fuck myself, I guess?
Hey, Chris, I hope that made you wet.
Yeah. And if
Wet enough to slide into Jared's chair now that he's going to skulk into a corner.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, slide in my chair with you slimy little asshole, you fucking bitch. Yeah, and put yourself in the fridge like a mealy tomato.
I was wondering where that was going. I was just waiting. I didn't know.
Callback?
Yes, the best comedy is
the
the
forced
best
callback.
comedy is 90-second ago callbacks.
Forced 90-second ago callbacks. Things that don't make sense when you call them back. Yeah, that's right, you mealy tomato bitch.
Yeah, this story comes from our good friend Christopher Ball. I'm not going to read the title because the first sentence of the story is pretty much exactly the title.
Okay.
3 men who forced a teenager to restrain 9 female horses, a cow, a goat, and some dogs.
Why?
While they had sex with the animals.
Oh.
Have been jailed for decades.
Okay.
Matthew Brubaker, 31. Terry Walls, 41. Mark Miskinoff, 34.
Yeah, that's all he deserves.
It's close enough.
Yeah, you 9-horse fucker.
He has some weird consonant issues with his name.
Yeah.
Have been all sentenced to 20 to 41 years in prison on Monday, and this is Monday of last April, right?
This is
old story?
April 2019. Yeah, that's
There we go.
the whole point of the ones we missed.
This is an old story.
These are
but
old
it's a
stories that
goodie.
we wished we had gotten to that we can't pass over.
Oldies but goodies? Could
And-
we
and-
have just called it oldies but goodies?
That would have been way better.
Right, let's do the segment
Okay,
over
all right,
again.
here we
Ready?
go, yeah.
Ready? Okay, let's go. Oldies but goodies.
I apologize for all of that.
Purposely we're
Oh,
fluctuating and moving.
Shit, I see our listener ticker that we can tell who's listening to this is going down rapidly. So you better get back on with the story here.
It's like one of those Jerry's Kids telethons where, they made enough money where they cured enough kids so people stopped giving the money.
That's right.
It's like rape
And then
whistles.
Yeah, and that's why it was okay to embezzle it.
I just want to leave the rape whistle thing alone. It needs to move on.
Nope, I heard it and
Well,
was
you heard
moving
this.
on.
You heard the stand-up ad, right? Like, who was it? It was like, someone decided to make rape whistles, and if they really did their job, it's kind of a self-deprecating market because then you don't need rape whistles anymore. So you kind of put yourself out of business by making a product so good you don't need them anymore.
So occasionally you just toss one that doesn't work.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, no, but that's what they do with like light bulbs. Light bulbs, like they could make like 300
Do you really
times.
think they just give you a dead light bulb every once in a while just
No,
so you
it's
buy another?
not a dead one, but they all the light bulb companies got together a while ago. This is not a conspiracy. This actually happened. They got together a while ago and said, let's make everything about 25% as efficient. So guess what? All the rape whistle companies, there's a lot of them. They got that raat whistle money.
I'm so laughing at the rape whistle thing because
I know, that's where it's
literally
going.
you throw it and it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's just a dog whistle.
That's not helping.
The dog's just
not helping
riding.
at all.
Dog's just riding your leg.
You just get raped by the dog after.
Yeah, you saved my life, Fido. Fido, no!
I already have lipstick. I don't need more.
Oh, the lipstick. Here comes the lipstick. Anyway,
All right,
so these are some fuckers. These are some fuckers.
Yeah. So the discovery was made after police were called to a remote. I love this.
Oh yeah, so
in quotes.
this happened in 2018, but the reason it was a story in 2019 is because they had gotten charged.
Yes. In quotes, police were called to a remote.
They're not charged. They got
quote,
found guilty. There we go. Yeah.
makeshift farm, end quote, where all the men lived in Munson, Pennsylvania.
That's because they can't print "fuck farm," "animal fuck farm" in print. So like, makeshift farm.
They were arrested after a 16-year-old boy living on the property told the men had been having sex with the animals in a specially designed V-shaped pen. I don't really get the V-shaped pen thing. I've never fucked an
Here's the
animal
thing.
nor needed to herd it to a
Scott-
fucking place.
Scott, if you
I literally don't know what that means.
Is it because
is
they
it
can
ass in the V?
That's what I'm wondering. Is because it doesn't mean you can chase it in and then it doesn't have a way to get around you, so it actually slowly goes into a corner, essentially backs itself into a corner.
Okay, I can get
and
the
then,
cornering,
and then
but-
you essentially corner it without having to actually get it into a corner, because then it can go left or right. This is like, fuck, I'm done. I got to get fucked now.
You know, you think how...
I'm just thinking like an animal fucker now, okay? It's called empathy.
Here, how about this? Humans are animals, and we
are animals.
and most of us who are males, not all, but most of us think with our dicks. We do. We make bad choices.
I'm going to go with all.
Okay, sure.
Except for, I mean, maybe the asexuals, not so much.
Do we want to assume right now that these animals are
Hot.
better than us? Because
Hot.
if it's like, I don't care what goes in me, it's a dick.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, is the animal picky?
I like
Because the farmers aren't. They're like, I'll take that dog, that goat, that cow.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that? Hay bale. Fuck it. Push it into the V.
Yeah, and that donkey, back that ass up so we can back its ass up.
Is that a 1979 cherry red Chevrolet? Pull that back into the V.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck its tailpipe.
Yeah, drive it into the V, boys. That's right.
But if that's the
that's
if
that
that's
one cat,
the
that's fine.
enlightened, smarter mammal's thought process, wouldn't the dumber animal just be like, I'm getting fucked? Cool. I'm getting fucked.
Well, here's the thing. It depends
I'm
on...
guessing because they have to corral them.
The way I've always thought about it is I've
never thought about animal fucking until today.
The way I think about it every single day is I think about...
I can just see you eating a Pop-Tart looking introspective.
Yeah,
And no one knows what you're thinking, but it's just...
He's like, oh, I bet he's like, I'm holding like a philosophy book, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh, Plato's thoughts on the
Yeah.
world, because that's a real philosophy book.
Pop-Tart and Play-Doh with Jeremiah.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder what it'd be like to suck a dog dick. But the whole thing is, the way I look at it is, I'm like, I bet a dog getting his dick sucked by a hot chick is probably pretty cool. I'm sure that dog's probably like, I'm getting my dick sucked. But something that's getting rammed by a dick, sometimes if you just don't want... I feel like something getting fucked into something else. So the one with the hole, I feel like has more of a chance of like feeling a little more raped, you know? So like if you're fucking a sheep,
The thing
like,
being fucked is the one
Yes.
that can be raped.
but if
So,
you're
do you
sucking a dick, if you're sucking that horse dick, I bet the horse is loving it. Like, I'm getting my dick sucked.
Do animals know what rape is?
Dolphins do. Dolphins rape all the time. We've covered that before on the show.
But do they know what it is?
Oh, do they know that it's rape? They know that they don't like it. I mean, obviously, animals get raped by their own all the time, because a lot of times in the animal kingdom, there's not like...
I guess
it's not like they don't go out on dates and
everything with
Netflix
a
and chill.
brain knows what they like and don't like.
Yeah, but
Like if you throw a tiger cub into a pit of fire, it doesn't like that. It knows it.
Yeah, that's animal cruelty, yeah. So is raping animals. What's your point?
I guess I'm just qualifying everything we just said.
Yes, but here's the thing: is they might not classify it as that, and animals also generally the way they procreate is it's not like they fall in love, go on a date, and they're like, I guess I'll like. There's no consent in the animal kingdom, with the exception of human beings for the most part. And actually, I don't want to say that out like necessarily because I actually haven't researched it. I'm guessing things like elephants probably consent. Those things are smart. Dolphins, well, they don't, because they rape about a lot of things. Dolphins are rapists, and so. I'm curious in other things, like is there the thought of consent in other species? Because in humans,
I don't think
it
so.
should be.
I honestly don't think so.
Because, I mean, especially since you see a lot of things are like mating, and they're just like, I need to propagate, and so it's just like a lion goes blap, and then the woman, the female lion's like, I don't want this, but I gotta have babies, so she's like, rawr! And then the dude just like jumps up behind, like, I'm gonna fuck now, boom. Whereas
I don't think so, because
but I feel like
words
I just
and
want to
constructs are strictly, as far as we know, human.
but not communication as such. Like that's what the thing is. I wouldn't be surprised if elephants, because they're monogamous and they mate for life. And
they
all
probably
that
just like smack each other. Like some other elephant comes,
the little tail, like the smack on the tail with the trunk.
Yeah, it's like, get the fuck
Smack.
away. Just get the fuck away.
Oh, I thought that was like, you mean like a sexy thing. Be like, yeah, smack my ass, like my big old fat elephant ass. And then, yeah, I'd like to fuck an elephant. Is that where we were going with this?
Nope.
Well, that's where it went.
All right. Are we moving on to web droppings?
I think we can move on to web droppings.
All right.
dropping 2.0.
So our first web dropping is not a news story at all, or a news story.
But it is still timely.
It is very timely.
Yes.
Mainly because this story we're doing this week is Mike the Headless Chicken.
Scott, I've never heard of Mike the Headless Chicken. I may have actually.
I had not heard of it until this week either, until another podcast mentioned it, and then I did a deep dive and was like, holy fucking shit, this is a cool story. The reason why we're doing this is the timeliness of it is on September 10th.
Yeah, which was
a few days ago.
2 days ago for us, and I mean 3 or 4 for if you're listening.
It could be a year from now.
Yes,
if you're
exactly.
Just
but if you're listening to this when it drops, we're dropping this on Friday the 13th. By the way, stupid of us to not have a Friday the 13th show, but we didn't put it together, so we don't.
So originally,
we have a September 10th show.
So originally, Mike the Chicken.
Yes. He wasn't headless at that point when he was born.
Born April 20th, 1945. Died March 17th, 1947. A little over 2 years of a life.
So wait, neither of those is September 10th. What's so important about September 10th, Scott?
September 10th is the day they decided to cut its head off to eat it. And guess what
cool,
they
so
did?
They must have eaten it then.
Well, no, they botched the beheading, and what they left was a large chunk of spinal column still attached, enough to keep all the automotive responses of the body alive, meaning heartbeat, lungs, everything. All the body was able to run.
It was essentially like the tiniest part of a brain that's necessary, or the nervous system necessary to make a chicken run was still there.
Yep.
The physical part of the face was not.
Now,
chicken face.
On March 17th of 1947, which was 18 months after September 10th.
Months.
The chicken finally died. During that whole time, completely headless.
Lung cancer.
No head.
No?
Oh, no. I was like, you got it.
Oh.
No, during that entire time without
Too
a head,
soon?
it couldn't eat. It couldn't peck at the ground and eat grain. So what they
did...
did...
So did they try to keep it alive then?
Yeah, they kept
I mean, they must have, because it couldn't, it just waited till, frogs fell from the sky or crickets, and then I got it. They must have intentionally... It was probably like a sideshow or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they were making money probably on this thing.
Probably. I didn't read deep enough.
I mean, to keep it alive and not just be like, let's eat it. They're like, oh, let's kill it and eat it. But now that it's alive, they're like, I'm guessing that they had a reason to keep it alive and actually shove shit down his trachea, right?
Like
or
they might have
pump
felt
its stomach.
I mean, they might have felt bad. I mean, 1945, pretty much everyone was religious back then, so maybe they just wanted to treat it well like a Christian.
Yeah, that was it was right after, it was a shade after World War II ended, so everybody's having that pang in their stomach and being like, things have been going too wrong for too long, so let's go ahead and keep things better. And this chicken wants to survive. Fuck it, we're gonna let it survive.
Yeah, if they gave it sorry,
Jesus Christ,
a mixture.
That's what you get from this show.
I hope you're all having a good show. We're gonna go. I didn't sleep much last night. Leave me alone. They gave it a mixture of
I wish I had time.
Milk.
I would put an awesome filter on that yawn, so it was sounded more like a transformer, whoa, 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 whoa. But I don't have time, so folks, just pretend you heard that.
They gave it a mixture of grain and milk in a dropper. I don't know if it was a baster or an eyedropper, but they put it directly down.
Actually, a baster would be hilarious.
Turkey baster.
Yeah, they're just like, you're going to be good for Christmas.
Yeah, they were feeding it through its neck hole to keep it alive for 18 months, and successfully did it until 18 months later. It choked to death. And it choked to death on the grain milk mixture, which apparently coagulated in its throat.
Yeah, old Bubba, the dipshit, fucking put too big a chunk of grain in there. A little whole oat popped down into the fucking trachea. And I can just imagine them giving the Heimlich maneuver, which may not have existed at that point, to the chicken. Maybe that's how it was invented. And then a bunch of guys are in the corner, be like, I'm going to tie that up with my 9 horses and fuck it.
Also, where choking the chicken came from.
Probably
as a term for masturbating.
Yes, because we all know the way you masturbate is taking a turkey baster filled with grain and milk and doing it down your
the owners of the chicken masturbated while doing it, and then when it died, they're like,
"Why is this hot?
What were you doing?" Well, I was choking the chicken.
Yeah, I was just choking the chicken, honey. Yeah. And then for some reason, really what happened is the chicken choked on a man's cum. Because that's how most chickens die.
I can't believe someone didn't fuck that neck hole, and I will die. I will die and be put in the ground thinking some farmer on that farm or one of their kids going through prepubescence fuck that neck hole.
Yeah. Well, in my next Play-Doh and Pop-Tarts segment, I will think about that, of somebody fucking that neck hole.
Now, the legacy of Mike the Headless Chicken is kind of amazing because, and I'm going to read this directly off Wikipedia. Mike the Headless Chicken is now an institution in Fruita, Colorado?
You got it.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
With an annual Mike the Headless Chicken Day. The third weekend of May, starting in 1999, this event was kicked off. Events held include a 5K run like a headless chicken race, egg toss, pin the head on the chicken, and a chicken cluck off, and a chicken bingo.
Nice.
Chicken bingo is the most creative one here.
Chicken
I think,
bingo,
besides pin the head on the chicken. That's pretty fucking creative.
That's just hilarious, and also just a spit in the face to Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, remember what you didn't have?
Yeah. But chicken bingo is where a bunch of chickens in cages are above a numbered grid, and when they shit on certain numbers, you get the bingo.
Oh my god, like that? Fuck yes, I want to play chicken
get the
bingo,
bingo.
dude. Oh my god, I would jerk off to that so hard. Is that we're still talking about me jerking off to things, right?
That's your bingo stamper, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Bingo stamp.
Wait.
Balls are empty.
Can I bring the show down one more level? Bingo mushroom stamper.
Yes. You You brought it down, buddy.
Goodbye, everyone. We're 35 minutes in. We're 37 minutes in.
Goodbye
and
forever. We're
not going to do this.
Here's
show
the thing:
anymore.
is I immediately thought that when you first said it, and I'm kicking myself for not saying bingo mushroom stamp, and I'm just jealous of your success, Scott. That's the reason I'm giving you shit. So what else we got about Mike? Mikey likes it. And that's what I told my mom when she walked in and saw me fucking Mike the Headless Chicken and its trachea. Like, no, Mom, it's okay. Mikey likes it. Remember that commercial of Life cereal? Was that what it was?
It was Life cereal.
Cool. Mikey likes it. Is that what, like, when she walked in on him and he was getting molested by his uncle, he's like, no, it's okay. Mikey likes it. And Mike's just eating Life, and he's like, yeah, Mikey likes it.
I'm looking it up right now. Mikey likes it. I want to see if he's still alive.
Oh, you wanted to see if it actually had to do with a molestation charge?
Yep. Mikey likes it, actor.
Cool.
John Gilchrist.
Okay. Everybody, you're getting smarter right here. Things you never wanted to know, we're going to let you know. Though you are losing parts of like your high school and college educations that you don't use anymore.
The Mikey Likes It ads ran for 13 years.
Yeah, Mikey still likes it. No.
Now I'm looking.
Yeah, and then they tried to like turn it
his
into
brothers in the ads were really his brothers.
Okay. Cool. Oh man, that must have been make me like Christmas and shit so awkward. Like Mikey,
He has 6
the
siblings.
money.
Gilchrist has 6 siblings.
Oh, they only had, like-
all got into acting.
Okay. Oh god, and did they put acting in quotes? They were all in different lesser cereal commercials. Yeah, like you can be in Captain Crunch, the off-brand.
In the 80s and or 90s, it's not clear here. There was a rumor, and I remember this when I was a kid, that the Mikey Likes It kid died from Pop Rocks.
I remember that. I remember like there'd actually been a number of those I don't know, not urban legendy kind of hoaxes or whatever back in our day before like the internet first not only propagated anyway but we also just didn't have Snopes to like go to, so we had to like just assume everything was true.
All right, now
Much like today.
Now I'm at the Mikey. Where is he now? Part of the story.
Okay, cool. Where's Mikey now, Scott?
He eventually left acting
Where's
to pursue
Gilchrist?
a communications degree at Iona College.
It sounds like he bought a degree from a website in a fucking subject matter that doesn't matter.
He got into ad sales as a director of media sales at Madison Square Garden.
He's the devil. No, that's fine.
He works with TV advertisers.
That's fine.
Wow, he came full circle.
He's right back to it. And guess what? Now it's going to be him just being like, yeah, you don't know nothing. You remember me? I'm the Mikey Likes It kid. And he's talking to millennials like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. What's cereal? Actually, millennials still eat cereal, don't they?
He has 3 kids, lives in Pelham, New York.
Oh,
he regularly gets requests to sign
he's just called
autographs
Pelham.
and does so happily and appreciates the ongoing fascination with the commercials. He reportedly still enjoys, and I love the fact that a reporter says reportedly, Because that is not journalism.
Yeah.
That is not
When a
journalism.
reporter has to say reportedly, not good.
Gilchrist reportedly still enjoys...
Because you're the one reporting. I should be able to say reportedly on this podcast about you reporting it.
Yes.
I should not be able to say that as a second level reporting. Anyway, reportedly still likes Life cereal.
Yeah, and always has it on hand at home. Sadly, he didn't get a lifetime supply for a spot on the famous commercials.
Life cereal was actually like one of those I enjoyed back in the day. It had like a little bit of a crispy thing, but it also had like a good sugary, but it wasn't too sugary. It was sort of healthy.
He also reports that he is not a picky eater.
So you just like throw like cat food in front of him. He's like, Mikey likes it. Like he's the new like Meow Mix fucking spokesperson with like a cat mask on. Like, hey, fuck it, Mikey likes it.
Just mascara whiskers.
And
on his cheeks.
And clearly he like off screen he just came from sucking a dick and he's just like with cum on his whiskers. He goes, Mikey likes
cat
it.
Food sticks to the cum on his chin.
Yeah, Mikey likes it. Mikey only has 45 minutes to do these commercials. Mikey's real desperate. Mikey likes it.
Pelham, New York. Is that upstate?
Pelham, right?
Pelham? Is that
Did they say like taking a Pelham 69 or something like that? Was it Denzel Washington? I'm mixing so many things up. I have no idea.
Yeah, where Mikey was in a prison and they tried breaking him out to see if he would like the coke some other drug dealer bought to see if it was good enough to sell.
Yeah, and it was made by Jim Carpenter, John Carpenter's brother.
Has this coke been cut with vitamin C? Maybe. Let's get Mikey in here and see if he likes it. Breaking a Pelham.
Mikey likes it. just Mikey doing a fucking line of blow. Mikey really fucking likes it.
Yeah, that's our new concept, by the way.
We got it.
The Breaking a Pelham life. The Breaking a Pelham. What is the two dots again? What is that?
The colon?
Colon.
Yes, there you go.
The Breaking a Pelham.
There's a Breaking a Pelham colon.
Colon. Mikey likes it.
Mikey likes it. Oh, Mikey fucking loves it.
Yeah, they need to break Mikey out of jail to see if the coke's clean or cut.
Exactly, yeah.
Is it cut or is it clean?
Spoiler alert, Mikey always likes it.
Yeah, he doesn't really definitively tell them in the end whether it's...
shit, Mikey fucking likes it. Mikey likes it, guys. It's good. 20 people died from cocaine overdoses today.
99% cornstarch.
Yeah, and it's mostly...
And he's like, I like it.
Yeah, it needs to be cut with more Life cereal. Crushing it up, just snorting Life. Yeah, that's right. That's the life.
That's the life. That's the tagline for the movie on the posters. That's the life.
Yeah, because it's like colon, boom, another colon, that's the life, colon. It's all over the place.
And it's Mikey with his arms crossed, with all the other stars a little shadowed, a little behind him. And then in the foreground is a mirror with Coke and then Life cereal.
Yeah. Mikey likes it, Coke, that's the life.
Yeah. That's the life.
I think we got that one.
Yeah, we nailed that.
All right, we're going to move into a story about India, Central India, state in Central India.
Is this the frog story you brought to the table?
This is the frog story. It's actually a couple stories in one, if we want to. This could have been the one we missed. We missed a story back in June about frogs getting married, in July, actually. And in Madhya Pradesh, which is a state in central India. I'm saying that like I know that, even though I butchered. I clearly was reading it off of a piece of paper. So back in July, these two frogs were married because apparently there's this little thing where you can appease the rain gods, and it was just like in a lot of places over the summer. It was extremely dry, and they needed rain, and they wanted to like figure out a way, old school style, I guess, to appease the rain gods and actually make them happy so they can make it rain, if you will, not like stripper style, but like make it really rain. Okay. And so they went out and they collected 4 frogs from like a pond or something like that, I guess.
They found out they were all male and it didn't work.
No, but the reason they collected 4 is because they had no idea. So they brought them to like a laboratory.
I could gender a frog if you asked.
Yeah. I mean, I was sucking.
I mean, you could literally put a gun in my head and be like, gender that frog or I'll blow your brains out.
It's whatever it wants to be.
Yeah. Haven't you seen Jurassic Park? Life fights away.
Mikey likes it. Mikey likes it. That's him sucking a frog.
That's what I want for like the next home invasion movie. Like literally 2 gunmen come into a family's house, put guns at everyone's heads. Well, I mean, 2 gunmen. Let's say it's a husband and wife.
Gender that frog.
Gender that frog.
Yeah. Not like in a pussy way, in a gender reveal way. Make a cake that's blue on the inside.
You just have this husband on his hands and knees crying while he's fingering this frog trying to find a dick. And the wife is like, they're gonna rape me if you don't find that
Try
fucking dick.
Try cunnilingus. If it likes it, maybe it is. I don't know. Suck its dick.
But I want it to be. I also want to be not just a horror movie, but also a romantic comedy where he literally can't, and she just starts demeaning him.
Yeah.
Fuck you, asshole! I was gonna leave you for your brother.
Yeah.
You know what? Can't find the frog's dick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find your brother's dick.
Yeah,
you want to see me find your brother's dick? And the guys who like home and
like a man can't find the clitoris,
and
even on a frog. Somehow that's
Yeah,
an insult.
yeah. And
even on a frog.
and
hey, I wish you would use condoms when you fuck me. You could have used ribbit for her
No, I want this movie to be intense for like the first 50 minutes. I heard everything you just said. And I hope the
Ribbit
listeners
for
did
her
too.
pleasure,
Yep.
please.
Ribbit for her pleasure.
I'll cut that out.
I'll back up. No, I'll back up for 2 seconds.
I'm not going to cut that out.
But
It's
I want to
beautiful.
flesh out this plot. All right.
Yes. Flesh out the plot.
Two guys break in, husband and wife.
The new content.
they
the
bring
new
their own
content is
frog.
before we've even done the story.
Oh, yeah.
which
They-
I love. I love that.
They bring their own frog. They throw it on the floor.
BYOF.
They put guns in both of their mouths. You're thinking everyone's getting raped, including that frog.
Everybody's-
but then
everybody-
it switches
killed,
gears
yeah.
real quick when they're like, "Gender that fucking frog, you cuck." And the guy's like, "Meh, meh," and he gets on the floor and she unleashes. And then throughout the entire movie, he is gendering that frog as hard as he can.
But in the background, there's all this fucking crazy.
No. In the background, the two home invaders are just seen slowly leaving, walking backwards, and trying not to make a sound because that wife.
While
she's
she
just
is
like,
you
find that
fucking-
frog's fucking
Yeah.
clit or dick. I don't care. Can you?
I don't know what it is because you haven't told me yet, you little bitch.
You've never found my clit, and I can't find your dick. This
Yeah.
isn't going to go
Yeah,
well.
you wouldn't find my clit if it was the size of a goddamn bullfrog.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Do you want these two assholes here to gangbang me?
Oh.
And as they say that, as she
Yeah.
says that, behind them they're shaking their heads and going backwards.
Huh? You want that, don't you? I'll suck your frog dick. I don't have a frog dick. Why do you keep saying that? And then she starts like humiliating the fucking like home invaders too.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good.
I don't know how it ends, but they definitely one of the last scenes is the home invaders quietly trying to click the door shut without making a sound.
Yeah, and then she's like, I'm gonna suck the. Oh shit, they're gone. Oh, never mind.
Let's gotta suck those two guys off. Maybe they don't have frog dicks like you
Okay,
and your
cool.
frog dick, where you can't find a frog dick,
Yeah.
can't find a frog clit, can't find my clit.
I don't even know if they have dicks. I don't know. They might have no sex
We
whatsoever.
need the Catch Me Outside girl for the white
Cash
girl.
me outside. Yeah.
Yeah, like she has that sass. Like
Yeah,
she
she
just
does, yeah.
gives it to
Yeah.
everybody.
And then the guy's finally like, oh, okay, so the home invaders have retreated, so I can stop trying to gender this frog, right? No, you fucking can't. Cash me outside. Is
And
that
every
what
time she says that, she runs out another door that they didn't come through.
Yeah.
Runs around the house twice. Comes back and he goes, "Ah, didn't cash me."
Yeah,
and then
cash
just
me.
sits down and starts picking on her husband's frog dick.
This is good content. We're gonna get to the story
We call
now.
the movie, by the way, is a reboot of Frogger, just like how they did Battleship a few years ago. That
Yeah.
had nothing to do with the game. This is Frogger.
It's frog / her / him.
Oh no! Instead of running around the
Frogger
house, it's across a busy intersection, and they have friends in the other house across the street.
Yeah.
and
Hold on, I gotta go. Cash me outside.
And she,
I don't think that's how the
she
catchphrase
Froggers
works.
across the highway to
Yeah.
her friend's house and tries to get
Brown,
help, and they
brown.
try calling the cops. So we have two stories going
It's
on.
like a drone top view of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh
my
and
God,
it's
yeah.
like 15 minutes
a
of her being like,
swooping
ah,
drone, a
yeah.
swooping drone. So it starts out following her, goes up, and then you go, mwah,
And it's
mwah,
really,
mwah,
her just like
mwah,
slowly
mwah,
stepping on, like,
mwah, mwah.
nope, here we go, nope, for like 15 minutes, and finally she gets across to like, yeah, my husband's a dick. And then she's like, gonna go back outside, can't be outside. And then she goes, whoop, nope, boop, boop.
Oh,
and then boom.
the neighbors aren't home. That subtracts a B plot, so we don't have to write it. Literally,
Exactly.
she just raps on their door, finds the hide key, goes in, and I don't know, does something, drinks a 40,
Yeah.
then runs back.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said 40. I guess because Cash Me Outside. I
Yeah.
think it's a black girl. I don't know. That's racist.
No.
She goes to- she goes-
Cash Me Outside is white. She's white.
Oh, is she?
Oh, yeah.
God damn!
She
I've
was,
never
she was
seen
like
her.
a 15-year-old fucking stark white girl. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she runs over to the neighbor's house, grabs a Capri Sun and a bottle of.
So you changed it for a white girl. You're still racist, bud. It would have been less racist if you kept it a 40.
No.
Oh, never mind. I guess she's going to drink a pumpkin spice latte.
Well, I also just figured like it's black or white. Like no one really drinks 40s anymore.
Nobody drinks Capri Suns anymore. First of all, I bought a case of 40s from up the road when they closed.
Yeah, because they had one. No one bought it.
That's true. Yeah.
How do you think it was available? You bought a case.
Well, which is a case of 40s is only 12, which is 400.
40s?
Yeah,
It's like a keg.
of 40s.
It's like a keg's worth of beer.
Yeah, of malt liquor actually. Yeah, I did because she was closing up the road. Anyway, so yeah. That it?
Yeah, they married frogs and then...
wait, didn't
we
get to
can
the
say
story.
this in 2 sentences.
Okay.
Two sentences.
Okay, so they married frogs in July to get them rain. They got too much rain, so now they are being forced to get a divorce / they are disconnecting the frogs because they've gotten so much rain, they've gotten floods.
Perfect. There you go. New content was better than old content, honestly.
Yep. All right, what do we got here? We got enough time for one...
I think the story that you wanted to hold back is enough time for 5 minutes.
Honestly, the Kenyan MP one is actually fine, unless you want to go straight to the France Apologizes one, because I do have 3 songs to play at the end.
Do that because you have an outro, but I didn't read these stories very well, so this is all you.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know. Do you want to go to the Kenyan story?
Is this the anthem?
The anthem story. So let's try to create content for this because we have about 6 minutes to kill. Right,
you're gonna have to explain it to me and the listeners.
Okay, so here's what happened. Okay, France, was supposed to in France. For the European Championship qualifier, which is for soccer, was playing Albania. Okay, now when you play, they play your national anthem ahead of time. Now when you're playing in France, it's up to France to have their national anthem on hand and play it. Turns out they accidentally decided to play, / whoever was in charge of research played Andorra's anthem. Now, the thing is, though, I watched the video. It is a little hilarious because it's the Albanians sitting there like looking side to side as Andorra's national anthem plays.
It'd be like the American national anthem at a baseball game, and suddenly "Oh Canada" comes on.
Yeah, which would not happen because those are 2 really well-known countries, and France would not make that mistake. But this is like kind of one of those like, oh, Albania. This starts with an A. They played Andorra's national anthem, which I'm sure is just as familiar for Albanians as it is for like French people. They're like, what the fuck is this? So they started like getting mad and be like, we are demanding before we go on the field, we want our actual national anthem to be played. So they finally did that, and then the announcer came on and apologized to Armenia for playing the wrong national anthem.
To the wrong country.
That wasn't there as well. And then suddenly caught it. So they got fucked a little bit twice.
Wow.
So that's the story. So I don't know if there's any new content to be made from this, but I will say I have about 6 minutes worth of national anthems to go out on.
So which country was most egregiously hurt in all of this?
Albania.
You think Albania?
Yeah, because Albania was the country that was actually the one...
They got the wrong one said and then the
wrong one
name.
apologized to.
Okay.
Yes.
So
then they eventually did apologize to Albania, but essentially it was in France, and France was like, hey, we'll play your national anthem. They played Andorra's national anthem. Then the announcer was like, hey, I'm sorry, Armenia. And they were like, oh, that's not the country either. So...
Oh, Albania... my home of forests and trees. You have seen our mountains, please. If you haven't watched them now, you can't see them from where you are.
Or maybe you can.
Maybe you can. Albania. We make wood and food.
Those are 2 safe things to say. So the new content is a new national anthem for Albania, written by people who know nothing about Albania. You make wood and food.
It was like, what does every country make? Every.
Yeah, and they're like, we're in the middle of a food shortage and a wood shortage. They're just, Albania's just getting slighted like
I would love to
non-stop.
just be able to like improv that entirely through and just keep coming up with safe
I feel like you could have.
bets.
I feel like you could have. I actually feel like I laughed and fucked it up, and which is actually
Albania. We have children too.
and we have adults and elderly will greet you at Walmart, 'cause maybe we have that. Yes, we do. You like McDonald's, but we eat mostly fish and or elk or other beasts that we can catch on the prairie / forest /
Albania. 4 walls are what we have in our homes, and a roof on top to keep the wife happy if we're allowed to marry.
Oh,
I'm not reaching.
Albania. Now we actually respect 5 walls instead of 4, and apparently our wife doesn't want the ceiling or roof on anymore. So we took it off and she went upstairs to an alien and got impregnated. Then she gave birth to Armenians. That's how Armenia was created. Oh, Armenia, we love you.
You are our sister land. You're where the people we made went to live, 'cause we didn't want you bastards.
So what we're going to do now that we're about at the time we need to, that was a new content, a new anthem for Armenia and Albania. And also none of that was fact, by the way.
Actually,
I would like to
with a little forethought, doing it our what is it, Albanian national anthem,
yeah.
but doing it as safe as possible.
Exactly.
Is like
I did like how it did escalate over time, where then we started second guessing yourself. We second guessed ourselves in the same national anthem. Like, I don't know, maybe I was wrong about that. The forest and or all this kind of stuff.
Wait, what was that thing I said? You make wood and food.
Wood and food.
Yeah, that seems really safe.
Yeah, unless they're like a desert land.
Yeah, unless it's
with
like
no natural like food exports
like
whatsoever.
The Arab immigrant.
Yeah, unless it's
whatever.
Emirates.
Emirates.
So it's like unless they only have an export of oil, literally, and they have to bring all their food and wood in.
We probably don't have oil, but maybe we do.
Their own people are like, I don't know, like the person who wrote their national anthem is from Hollywood, and they're like, I don't know.
Well, you never know where you're gonna find fucking oil anyway. Like, they gotta have a national anthem where they say we don't have oil, and then 2 days later, like, Farmer Jeddah. What's an Albanian name?
I don't know, Scott.
All right, Jeddah.
That's not
Jeddah.
That's
Just
not an Albanian
Farmer
name.
Jeddah.
How about Albania? Father Albania.
I'm looking it up right now. You keep talking.
Okay, well, what I was going to say is
Jeddah.
I think it would be funny if we found out, because actually what you're going to hear at the end of this is no matter which national anthem you have, they all kind of sound the same. I'm going to play 3 national anthems in alphabetical order. It's going to start with Albania, go to Andorra, go to Armenia. So you're going to hear all 3 national anthems at the end of this show, and you're going to hear how similar they sound. I would like to think that maybe one person writes everybody's national anthems, and it would be funny if out of that came like this dude in Hollywood just smoking a cigarette, like, all right, we got Albania up. I don't know, what do they do? Fucking wood? Hello, do you got trees?
Rafi.
Rafi. Right? I mean,
that's the name.
Or Rafi.
For that region.
Like from the league.
Yeah, I just found one.
Jason Mantzoukas.
Yeah, Rafi.
Yeah. All right, well, Rafi, we hope you are listening to this. We're going to play Albania, then Andorra, then Armenia's national anthems. They're not going to be as good as ours, but God damn it if I don't like our extra content for this. And I say get lost.
Get lost.